Yeah.
24 NBA draft.
And like this whole draft was like, it was weak. Like the whole draft was weak. It was some few names like Rob Dillingham, Jared McCain, and then the main one is Bronny. Like everybody was trying to tune in to see Bronny. That's the whole like, bro, the most views was when Bronny got picked in the late second round. And the whole big story about, you know, him playing with his dad, playing for the Lakers. That's the whole draft, really. Like that was the whole big views about the draft. But that's gonna be crazy when they actually. I'm definitely watching that first game. That's gonna be crazy. But let's get straight into the video, though, chat.
Draft in the books. There is one major discussion that has dominated the NBA space over the last week. It isn't about the #1 overall pick. It isn't about the outlook of these teams going into next season. It's about a late second round pick. And for good reason, because his name is LeBron James. And he's gonna play in the NBA with LeBron James. It's a weird and unprecedented circumstance that the NBA has never encountered before. A player who many fans consider to be the greatest of all time playing in the NBA with his own son. A story so strange, you'd think the NBA scriptwriters outsourced their work to ChatGPT, picked the most batshit result, and called it a day. But after 2 years of speculation, we now know with certainty that Bronny James will be an NBA player. And right on cue, the criticism of his merits and value as a future player in the NBA have already came pouring in. Scouts and GMs claiming Bronny as a prospect.
I ain't gonna lie, I see Bronny, like, obviously he's not gonna be his dad, bro. Like, let's be realistic. He's not gonna be his dad. Like, you can't replicate LeBron. He's 6'8", 260, 270. Moves like a guard. Strong, fast. Like, he has every advantage to be great. That's what LeBron has. Height, speed, strength, that's everything. Bronny, on the other hand, he don't have that. Bronny has the height. No, Bronny has the speed and the strength. LeBron genetics, he has the speed and the strength automatically, but he's 6'2", which hurts him because, you know, I think that's due to his mom. Like, his mom is pretty short, so he probably took over her side when it came to the height, so he's 6'2". But I still feel like Bronny could be like another like Drew Holiday type build, like Drew Holiday type player, you know, defense, scoring. Bro, he could be nice, bro. Trust me.
Isn't even worth using a late second round pick on, and that the real value lies in his last name and the leverage it comes with. But how valuable is a second round pick, really? And is Bronny a legitimate NBA player, or is he only in conversation solely because of who his dad is?
Who do you want to play with?
Bronny is #1 on my list.
I gotta be on the floor with Bronny.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. The MLB season is in full swing. Your favorite artists are on tour, and y'all are gonna need some tickets. Now, you guys have used my promo code so much that SeatGeek wanted to hook you up with a new promo and a new special offer, and it's the best one yet. For the rest of the season, everyone who uses code Jimmy10 will get 10% off any tickets on SeatGeek. Whether you're new to the app or you've been using it for years like me, code Jimmy10 is good for 10% off any order on SeatGeek. Just get into the app, find the best tickets for you by using their color-coded seating map, punch in the promo code, and you're done. Take advantage of this deal while it's still around. Download the SeatGeek app and use. In fact, they weren't just did one of the around. This is Ken Griffey, former major leaguer and 3-time All-Star. This is Ken Griffey Jr., son of Ken Griffey. And in 1990, these two did one of the coolest things a father and son can possibly do. They played in the MLB together. And when I say together, I don't just mean they played in the MLB at the same time. They were on the same team. In fact, they weren't just on the same team, they shared the same outfield with each other. It's probably the rarest and most badass thing you'll ever see in sports. Making it to the big leagues is one thing, but playing in the big leagues next to your kid is a club exclusive to only these two. And if that wasn't incredible enough, on September 14th, 1990, the Griffeys pulled off something that you will never see again in your lifetime.
I'm gonna inch back up there now.
What else can these guys do?
The Griffeys were great, and they were the first and only father-son duo in the history of Major League Baseball. But they weren't the first father-son duo in professional sports. This is Gordie Howe, one of the greatest players to ever touch the ice. He won 4 Stanley Cups, 6 MVPs, held the NHL record for total career points at the time of his retirement, and is a member of the NHL's 100th anniversary team. Gordie had an incredible pro career as a hockey player,
Let's get to
and yet
Bronny,
out
bro.
of all of his accomplishments, the coolest at an 88 overall. Well, to answer an idea that seemed even track these two,
Come on, Jimmy. You talking about other people, bro. Let's get to Bronny, bro.
and what they're about to accomplish in their own sport. LeBron and Bronny James, who are on track to being the first father and son duo to play together in the NBA, an idea that seemed far-fetched when LeBron first mentioned it years ago, but has now become a reality.
That's crazy,
but
bro.
how legitimate is Bronny's spot in the league? And is the backlash towards the Lakers selecting him with a second-round pick in the draft warranted? Well, to answer this question, we first need to
I don't get the Bronny hate, bro. I really don't get the Bronny hate. Cause like, they didn't select him with the 17th pick. They selected him with the 55th pick. The 55th pick, the last pick in the draft. Which his stats pretty much kind of match a little bit. Like, the last pick in the draft. Like, the last pick in the second round. Like, I get it if they selected him with the 17th pick, knowing his better prospects. Like, I understand that. But, bro, they select him with the 55th pick, bro. I don't get the hate, bro. Just let it rock. It's good views, good entertainment. It's going to go crazy for the league, go crazy for the Lakers, bro. Just stop hating, bro. Stop dick riding all the time.
to know just how good Bronny is as a prospect and as an incoming NBA player. Right now, NBADraft.net has Bronny rated at an 88 overall across their 12 prospect metrics. This overall rating puts Bronny on the lower end of all second-round picks and future prospects over the last 3 years, but well within range of your typical mid to late first-rounder. Now, here are Bronny's numbers during his 1 season of college basketball. 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists a game on 47, 30, 69% shooting splits. Now these numbers, especially from a relatively undersized guard, do not scream NBA potential. But for perspective, here are the average collegiate stats from every late second-round pick that played college basketball over the last 5 years. And even when compared to late second-round picks, Bronny's numbers aren't nearly as impressive. In fact, Bronny is arguably the least productive college prospect in NBA history. Here is a list of every player in the entire history of the NBA to be selected in the first 2 rounds of the draft that averaged less than 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists a game in college. And that's it. Just 3 players who were selected in the NBA draft with college numbers equal to or less than Bronny's college numbers. Pair that with the fact that these prospects
He got
had
the numbers
at
for it.
least the benefit of having NBA frames and physical tools to be potentially built off of, and the case for Bronny warranting a pick in the NBA draft becomes more and more difficult to make. But to really demonstrate exactly where Bronny falls amongst other second-round picks, here is a chart of every college basketball player selected in the second round of the draft over the last 10 years, with box plus minus on the x-axis and minutes per game on the y-axis. 298 selections spanning 10 drafts. More than half of these players not even in the NBA today. Where's Bronny? He's right here. Most late draft picks, even the guys who go on to not even make a roster in the league, were first or maybe second options in their college program. Bronny, on the other hand, was an undersized rotational player on a sub-500 team. It doesn't take an NBA scout to know that Bronny James's collegiate career wasn't that of your typical second-round draft pick. But how good is the typical second-round pick? With the rise of second-round sleepers in recent history, most notably players like Nikola Jokic, Jalen Brunson, Herb Jones, and Jordan Clarkson, the potential value of a second-round picks will become a starting caliber player. Hey, let's just be honest. This is blatant nepotism, a classic case of it's who you know, not what you know. But nepotism has ran rampant in the NBA for decades, and no one cared. Countless players, coaches, executives, owners who got their shot with far less merit than Bronny has. But now here we are sitting around talking about the integrity of a man who's played 21 seasons in the league and his son because they made the most of an otherwise paltry 55th pick in the draft,
Well, he
and the
deserves this.
nepotism leaned in their favor this time around. We can criticize this decision all we want, preach about how this move was a breach of ethics, a slap in the face of the game we love. But then we would all be hypocrites, because there isn't a man on earth who would pass up on...
Bro, they complain about this, but I'm pretty sure it's fathers in big high-tech companies that put their sons or daughters in place to be successful. I'm pretty sure it's nepotism, bro, all around the world, bro. Like, it is what it is, bro. It's about who you know, not... Bro, it's about who you know, bro.
On the chance to play in the NBA with his son, even if it meant pulling a few strings to make it happen. As much as Bronny benefits from sharing the same last name as arguably the best basketball player of all time, that tag has also came with equal scrutiny. We have never seen a late second-round pick get discussed and limelighted like we've seen with Bronny. But we've also never seen a late second-round flyer get completely dissected and criticized like this. LeBron and Bronny have a chance to do something that has never been done in the history of the NBA. And that is worth more than any late second-round pick will ever be.